My name is Clay Clark, and I'm the 6'1" CEO of Thrive15.com. And today I'm joined by the 7-foot Hall of Fame center, David Robinson. We're talking to David Robinson, a guy who's been just as successful off the court as he is on the court. Today he's going to be teaching us about the art of leadership, the idea that you and I can inspire a team of people to help us accomplish our business goals and to grow our company. Today's episode could be worth millions of dollars to you, as most business owners that I've worked with and I've met really struggle to motivate a team and to inspire people who they hire. Remember, at Thrive15.com, we believe that knowledge without application is meaningless. So as you're watching today's episode, take the time to ask yourself, what do you need to do to uniquely apply these principles in your own life and business? If not, today's episode may just be more meaningless than getting a monkey on stilts. David, thank you for letting me harass you, my friend.
Oh, thanks. Glad to be here.
Now, David, during your career and since retiring, you've continued to be very open about your love of discipline. I think it actually excites you, maybe. You being self-disciplined and having structure, high expectations, and offering a high degree of service.
Absolutely.
And so as we talk about the art of leadership, why are you into discipline? Let's start with principle number one, discipline. In your mind, what does it mean to have discipline in your life?
Well, I mean, I think it's important to have a structure, a sense of order. And, I think sometimes we get too spread out. We want to do 1,000 things. It's hard to do 1,000 things. It's hard to do 2 things.
Yeah.
It's easy to do one thing and then do another thing and then do another thing. So discipline just helps you get from point A to point B.
Why is it important that as a leader, we have an extremely high degree of self-discipline? Because just an example, if I own a business and I'm watching this right now, if you're watching this right now, you might not consider yourself to be a leader, but you have 4 people that work for you. So if you're leading 4 people, if you look back and there's 4 people following you, then you are now a leader.
Yeah, absolutely.
So why is it so important that the leader is so disciplined?
Well, I mean, there's different people, I think, have a disciplined personality. I'm not particularly overly disciplined as an individual, but I understand the importance of discipline and structure. So I bring those things in, and I like to surround myself with people who are disciplined. So my assistant really must be disciplined, very focused. My wife happens to be very disciplined and very focused, but I'm smart enough to know that needs to be in my life. And so I think, going to the Naval Academy, they taught me the importance of discipline. They taught me the importance of structure. A lot of times other people's lives depend on you when you're on a submarine or you're out in the battlefield. If you don't do your job, the person next to you is going to suffer. And I learned that in a very strong term. And so I try to apply that to everything that I do now. I know that the person next to me is counting on me. If I'm the leader, these guys' livelihoods are counting on me doing my job. If I'm the follower, then, my discipline is really important for the functioning of the organization. And as I grow, then I become more and more important role.
Well, two things I want to bring up, because this is huge. I'll give you an example. There's a guy I worked with about 5 years ago. He's a home builder. And he has a marketing calendar, okay? So the idea is that every Monday, these mailers are supposed to go out. And then let's say every Wednesday, his team's supposed to go to these networking events. And every Friday, they're supposed to, go ahead and pay for the billboard that goes up on the road. And there's marketing activities that had to happen every Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Then he has a staff meeting on a Tuesday, and he has a staff meeting on a Thursday. These are things that just have to happen. They're sort of like the rocks. It's like your mortgage. You have to pay it.
Absolutely.
And every time, I say 85% of the time that I would meet with the guy, he'd just say, how was your staff meeting? Oh, I didn't do it. How'd the mailers go? Well, I didn't have time to send it out. Well, how are the billboards working? Well, I didn't do it this month. And there was no discipline. And then you look at the end of the
no business.
So there is no business. And so it's kind of a cause and effect thing.
Right.
And I'm wondering, why is it that in business today, the law of cause and effect is not more commonly, because I know that, I know for me, I'm not talking about you people, I'm talking about me too. I know when I was starting my business, I had about 2 or 3 years when I first started, and I was, there was no bottom to how poor I was getting. We turned off the air conditioning. We didn't have any air conditioning in Tulsa. It was,
Right.
I didn't have any customers, and I didn't have any discipline. So why is it that maybe I, at that age, didn't see the cause and effect of having discipline? And
Yeah, I mean, it is difficult. I think, you as a young person, you tend to get by. You tend to think that you can do the minimum amount of work and be successful, or at least survive.
Yeah.
But when you get into a professional situation and you get into a situation where other people are actually counting on you, you begin to learn that structure is very key. So, you have to really teach yourself that. Teach yourself, because you can't let those things slip through the cracks. I mean, even when in sports, everyone talks about, I want to win. I want to be a champion. Yeah, but do you want to do the things it takes to become a champion? Because everybody says they want to win. Everybody says they want to win a championship. But guess what? It takes step by step by step by step. We've got to build the right organization. We've got to work hard. We've got to build, a culture that creates champions. There's only one or two teams that can even fight for that championship at the end of the year. Everyone else goes home.